Warning, this was made in 2012 to 2013 by a person who at the time was like 17 or 18. Please excuse the poor quality and terrible writing. I am not ashamed of this, nor do I plan on bringing this series back, just putting it here for preservation purposes.
Egypt. Hot. Dry. A wasteland of several empires that are no longer existent, and that have ravaged and ransacked the once beautiful land. This expedition is no different. We did it, boys! We found the tomb of Avnet! We're going to be rich beyond our wildest dreams! Just think of what secrets this tomb has inside! Yes. The sad truth is, some secrets are meant to be locked away.
So we see here that the ancient Egyptians discovered a way for hydraulics in 350 BCE. Miss Martin, are you listening? Miss Martin? Miss Martin!
What?
Miss Martin, I hope your nap was fine and was used to store information from our lesson. So tell me, what did the Egyptians discover in 350 BCE?
How to walk like this?
Very funny, Miss Martin. Maybe it would be funnier in detention.
Yeah, that girl who just got detention? That's me. My name is Regan Martin, and this is how my life changed forever.
Now remember, class, tomorrow we go on a field trip to the Museum of Human History to see the new Egyptian exhibit of the Egyptian Queen Avnet, who was recently discovered in Egypt. So I need all of your permission slips.
You know, it seems so easy every day. Wake up, get ready, do all that, and go out and face the normalcy of a mundane, regular day. It seems boring to some, even though it's ungodly easy. I guess that's what makes life so boring. It's too damned easy.
So, Regan, you excited about the museum?
Oh, yay. Walking around for hours and hours seeing things that should be in the ground and buried. Just like going to an old folks' home.
Oh, come on, Regan. You're always such a fuddy-duddy.
Come on, you know it's true, Janice. Tell me it's not true. Janice, though, her life is anything but easy. She was born with spina bifida, a severe spine condition which left her paralyzed from the waist down. Everything she does needs help. Getting out of bed, putting clothes on, anything you and I take for granted, she needs help with. It's sad, really. I guess that's why I became her friend. I took pity on her.
Yes. Did everyone get that, class? Yes, everyone? Miss Martin, Miss Brooks? Good, everybody got it. Class is dismissed.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow at the field trip.
Yeah, see ya. Well, since you stayed around for this long, I guess I can tell you where I am or what I'm doing here. You see, my life hasn't been so easy. Ever since I could remember, my mother was a magician. She would always perform for tons of people in various locations. It might not have paid well, but hey, she was doing what she loved, and I can't blame her for that. She went under the stage name of the Mistress of Illusion. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Hell, I even have one of her posters from a show she did hanging in my dorm room right now. I loved my mom. I remember going with her on shows and playing in the back, or maybe the bartender or waiter or whoever was working that night would give me a free soda or some milk as I watched my mom perform. I remember spinning in the chairs and trying my hardest to find out how my mom did her tricks. Now I know it's all smoke and mirrors, but I think when you're little, things don't seem that way. There's a certain amazement, a certain wonder to watching a magician perform. God, do I miss that. But like all good things, it didn't last. My mom got sick. She got really sick. They said it was something in the smoke she used for her magic trick. Like mercury or lead, I don't remember. The doctors said they could cure her, but being a stage magician, she didn't really have any insurance or any real money to pay for it. I miss her. After the funeral, I was sent into foster care, and that's when my maternal grandparents decided to adopt me. I had so much fun. I would hang out with my gran, and we would watch scary movies and pop popcorn, and my papa, he taught me how to throw, how to kick, how to make friends, but they were also very old. And my papa died when I was a little older than 10, and soon after that my gran started to lose her mind. It wasn't safe for me to be there, so my harpy of an aunt took me in and decided to ship me off to whatever boarding school or summer camp she could find. And that's how I ended up here at good old St. Michael's Catholic School. Yippee! The name just screams acceptance and tolerance. Anyway, it's a mix of a boy-girl school. Not a lot of Catholic schools do that for obvious reasons, but we do have separate dorms. But that doesn't stop certain people, though. I'm getting off topic. I met Janice when I first came here. I thought she was weird with the whole wheelchair thing, and I guess in the long run I was right, because she's a complete weirdo. But I like that. After I introduced myself, we had become friends pretty quick. And that's also when I met my favorite teacher in the whole world, Father Radcliffe. He's my English and ancient literary teacher, and he's probably the most epic teacher you will ever have. But yeah, that pretty much is the condensed version of my entire life. And now that you're caught up, I guess I'll let you listen to the rest of this. So try to keep up, because this is where it gets interesting. Oh, I don't want to go to school. 7 a.m. Oh, crap!
Mr. Johnson. Beulah. Miss Brooks. Miss Martin.
Here! I'm here.
All right, everyone is atoned for. Now get on the bus. Girls on one side, boys on the other.
Hey, where were you?
I overslept. That crappy alarm clock hates me or something. I don't know.
Can you roll me over to the,
Oh, sure, yeah.
So, what are you going to do when we get to the museum? Gawk at Mark again and get the same stupid speech from one of the nuns for doing so?
Shut up, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna look at the mummy exhibit.
Why? Yesterday you said you weren't because, and I quote, it reminded you of an old folks' home.
Yeah, but I thought about it, and mummies are cool, man.
Yeah, I guess so. See you in the museum.
Alright. We started to move. We cut through a part of Edge City that I had only ever heard about on the news, and it was as tired and run down as the images made it look. Believe it or not, Edge City used to be a nice town. Nice people, nice air, and nice buildings. But now everything sucks. I guess that's life for you. Everything turns to rubble in the end. Anyway, we pulled up to the newly built Aztec Museum paid in full by the city's biggest businessman, John Aztec Jr. People say he turned $16 into $1 million in just 1 year. But I don't believe it. I think he's just some guy who got lucky and put his name on everything. The building was huge, and I mean really huge. It looked like it could hold the entire population of Edge City if it wanted to. Huge pylons holding it up as if it were holding the sky in place.
Wow! Regan, this place is huge!
Yeah, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present on the opening day of our new exhibit featuring the lost tomb of the ancient Egyptian queen Avnet, our museum's founder and owner, John Aztec Jr.
Thank you. Thank you for your kindness, my friends. When I first came here after the fall of the Soviet Union, my first thought was that there was no hope for me, no future, no life outside of the one I built in my old country. If you were to tell me, no more than a decade ago, that I would be one of the richest men in America, I would scoff and laugh at such an absurd and insane accusation. I now see that anything is possible in this great country in which you have given me the chance to live. And where I have lived my dream, and I hope that others may follow in my footsteps to follow their dreams as well. So on behalf of Aztec corporations, and more importantly myself, I hereby open a new exhibit in the John Aztec Jr. Museum of Human History.
Yeah! Wasn't that amazing, Regan? Regan!
Oh, what? What happened? What did I miss?
You missed one of the greatest men in America speak!
Yeah. Let's get moving. Wow, the new exhibit!
A 4,000-year-old mummy.
Rotten flesh,
Broken teeth.
brain in a jar.
Guts in a can.
Awesome! We walked in the line to see the new exhibit, and let me tell you, the line was long. I would have guessed 30 to 40 people just to get into the goddamn thing. And if that wasn't enough, I got to stand behind Jabba the Gut while I was waiting in a 30-minute line. Yippee! God, this line is so slow.
Just wait. The wait will be worth it in the end.
Yeah, well, if I have to stand here listening to a pack of mouth breathers for one more minute, I think I might snap.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that in a crowded area.
You get my point.
Hey, is that Father Bradford?
Is it? Hey, Father B! We cried out for him, and sure enough, he saw us, and our suspicions were confirmed. It was Father Bradford, the coolest man in the entire school. Seriously, when I have him for ancient literature, there's not a boring day that goes by.
Well, hello there, wee children. How are you enjoying the museum so far?
Great!
Yeah, simply magnificent.
I never knew how giant this place was. It's like a coliseum or something.
Aye, that it is. Excited to see the mummy?
Yeah, guts in jars, her brains in a can. It's like a cheesy horror movie.
I'm gonna go see the paintings.
Okay, see you, Father B.
Goodbye, Father Bradford.
Goodbye, girls.
Just then, something went over my eyes. Ah!
Guess who?
Mark, that's not funny.
Does it annoy you?
Yes.
I don't know if I want to let go. I'm getting a kick out of this. What about you, Rich?
Oh, yeah, pretty funny.
As we giggled at Mark's successful attempts to be annoying, I looked at Janice and Richard and saw the two make awkward eye contact. I've known Mark ever since I moved to Edge. In fact, he was my first friend. We We went to the same middle school together, and when I was sent here, coincidentally, he was too. His parents said it would straighten him up, and that he'd get a real ass kicking if he went to a school this tough. Personally, I think they were just fed up with him. Richard moved here from England to the neighboring coast city, but since this is the only private school in the area, his wealthy parents sent him here also. Kind of funny how that works.
So, Richard,
Yes, Janice? What is it?
well, I was just thinking that, this exhibit is gonna be really cool.
Oh, yeah. Great.
Yeah, Richard never got out much.
Well, I guess we'll see you nerds later. We're going to the Greek exhibit.
Hey, the line moved up. I think we're next.
Hello, and welcome to the OVNet exhibit, only at the Museum of Humanity. Your tour guide devices are to the left, with the earbuds and clips intact. Please return them as you found them. Thank you.
The iPod-like devices looked so smooth, so sleek, and so new. The headphones were in the top and made a neat hissing noise when they ejected, kind of like a hydraulic device lifting up to present something new and eye-catching. When we both put the headphones in our ears, I pushed Janice around, looking at the sights and listening to the history lesson we were given while we saw the artifacts that time forgot. I instinctively kept one earphone out of my left ear just in case someone wanted to talk to me or I hear a nun coming, and I switched my usual playlist of heavy metal music to one more Christian. So when Janice was talking and saying all these things, I could hear nice and clear.
Wow, this place is magnificent. It's like being in a candy store where all the candy is covered in chocolate.
Oh, great. Chocolate-covered jelly worms.
It's just an expression.
I know. As a smile beamed across Janice's face, I rolled her over to the next artifact, the main attraction, the box of AveNet. Scientists said it was an enigma how the thing had diamonds on it, since they weren't indigenous to the area. Weird how things work. We looked at the box and stared into its beautiful gaze. It was truly a box fit for a queen.
I like the design of the box. Very bright, very elegant. It's a wonder how it stayed in such perfect condition for more than 4,000 years.
Yeah, it's covered in that weird language.
Hieroglyphics?
Yeah, those. Wonder what it says.
Hell if I know. I'm more interested in that huge scarab bug on the eagle in the middle there. It looks like the scarab is some kind of lock for the box. If that's it, I wonder what's inside of it that would make the Egyptians lock it away for thousands of years.
Yeah, I wonder. And that's when something strange started to happen. I started to hear chanting. It sounded haunting, like at any moment it was going to come and attack me. As if there was some force begging me to open the box, to just break the glass and take the box. I felt scared, but also fascinated. I need that box. I need whatever's inside that box.
Regan!
I need it now!
Regan!
Huh? What happened?
You started to look weirdly at the box. I think we need to go to another exhibit to clear your head.
Yeah, I think that's the best idea. We moved to the next part of the museum. That helped me take the edge off my mind a little bit. But I still felt something like a pulling at the back of my mind. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it wouldn't go away. When we had to go back to school, my bag felt a bit heavier than when I first brought it in, like I had a bag full of rocks. I shrugged it off, thinking it was probably nothing, and walked to the bus to sit right next to Janice on our way back. When we got back, we headed straight to our dorm rooms. Janice and I had a room side by side, so whenever we wanted to hang out together, we could. So when I was getting ready for bed, I heard a knock on my door. Who is it?
Police. Random strip search. Open up.
Hold on. What's the password?
Let me in, please.
Close, but the password was swordfish.
Just let me in.
All right. Excuse my mess.
I've been able to excuse a lot of things since we've been friends.
Hey!
So, what do you want to do?
I don't know. Let me clean up my stuff and then we'll see if there's something on TV besides religious programming. I picked up my bag and casually threw it on my bed as I started to clean my moderate pigsty of a dorm room. And that's when it fell out. The box from the museum, the one from the mummy exhibit, somehow made it into my bag. What the fuck?
Hey Regan, I'm thirsty. You got anything to drink? What the hell is that?
I don't know, maybe some kid threw a souvenir or something in my bag thinking it was his or something. I picked up the box from my bed and my eyes almost grew completely wide with shock and realization. Holy shit, Janice, this is real gold! This is the real fucking box! This is the real fucking box!
What? No way.
No, Janice, I'm serious.
Oh yeah, Regan. Like I'm falling for one of your pranks again. Like that time you said that it was Casual Friday. Do you know how much trouble I got in because of that?
Oh yeah. But I'm serious this time, Janice. Hold it. I carefully handed the 4,000-year-old box to Janice, hoping to something that it wouldn't break. When the box was in her hands, her eyes grew wide, and at that point she knew I wasn't kidding.
Oh my god, Regan, this is the real box! This is the real box! I'm holding a 4,000-year-old relic!
Yeah, dude, this is serious.
If this is here, then the one at the museum must be missing.
And if it's missing, then they're gonna think someone stole it.
Then they're gonna find us and... Then they're gonna find us and we're gonna go to... Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god,
Janice,
oh god, oh god.
Janice!
I won't survive prison, Regan! You know what they do to women like me in prison? Let's just say I better be damn happy I don't have any feeling in my legs!
Listen, we're not going to prison, okay?
Then what are we gonna do then, huh?
I don't know, just trust me. When we heard the knocks, our faces sank. Our hearts skipped 3 beats and we started to panic. Hold on a second, please. Janice, hide the box.
Where?
I don't know, just anywhere. As I opened the door, I saw the head nun looking straight at me, with her irritated, cold, decrepit face and the cold, blank, dead eyes that would make demons cringe. Oh, great. I thought, she's happy. Yes, Sister Van Hoosen?
I just came to check on you girls. Is everything all right?
Yes, everything is A-okay. Nothing out of place, everything is in tip-top shape, nice and peachy, nothing out of the ordinary here. Ha 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 ha. As I pulled a smile not even shit-eating flies would find credible, the head sister looked around in suspicion for a second, but I guess decided it's too late for this brand of crap.
All right, just checking. You girls be safe now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
As she walked away, I closed the door in relief and slid down to the cold floor. So where did you hide it?
Hold on.
Janice raised her butt up a few inches and pulled out the box, then gave it to me. Nice thinking.
Thank you. Now, let's put on the news and see if it's been reported stolen yet.
As Janice rolled over to the TV in the middle of my room, I closely examined the box out of curiosity and saw what looked to be a hinge on the mouth of the scarab. As the droning of the TV was in the background, I looked up at Janice and it looked as if a great burden had been lifted off her shoulders, but also if a great confusion had struck her face. What?
It looks as if the box is still there, like it never left.
Then what the hell is this thing, huh?
I don't know.
Well, whatever it is, it looks like it opens up right here.
Right where?
Right where you said it did. The scarab.
Oh, really? What do you think's inside?
I don't know. Now it should be here I note that I am not the sharpest crayon in the tool shed, and I have done my fair share of pretty stupid shit. But this, by far, is the stupidest thing that I have ever done. I started to open the box from the scarab, and let me tell you, 4,000 years of corrosion really wore on this lock because it came off without a fight. I slowly raised the lock, and the chanting I heard from earlier started to grow louder and louder until I opened the box entirely. That's when shit got real. Right when I opened the box, the chanting was near deafening, and a blue aura started to shoot straight out of the box and surround the room. We were both screaming at the top of our lungs and trying not to look at the blinding blue aura that was quickly changing colors from blue to red to green and any other color of the rainbow. Then, for a mere second, it stopped, and we looked over the box to make sure our suspicions were true. Then, in that instant, the light, which was now a blinding white light, had engulfed the entire room and broken our windows and completely trashed everything. Some of the light started to escape, and it seemed to float in all directions, but it didn't matter. Janice and I were still screaming and trying to make sense of the situation.
Father Bradford quickly put on his long trench coat and left the home of Sister Mary Ann Donovan. He had looked around and saw that Sister Donovan had kept the place in tip-top shape since he had last been there, and even she had been in a particularly good mood. Sister Mary Ann Donovan, or just Mary as Bradford had more simply called her, was a dear old friend, and had been for several years, and if it weren't for Mary's vow of chastity, they would have been more than friends. Father Bradford wasn't under any vow or religious law. He had lived many different lives and had taken up many different names before choosing the name Jonathan Bradford for this life and covering as a priest. It was something he had to do to pass the time of being immortal. He had been many things before, a doctor, a scientist, a literary master, but nothing had compared to what he loved most, teaching. It was something he had loved even in his previous lives, and he had taught everywhere but in a religious school. And why not start in the world's largest religion? It only made sense that if he were to teach in some religious school, why wouldn't it be a Catholic school? He had not believed in anything they teach, but if he could educate young minds and make them grow, then he could handle any insane and stupid theistic things anyone believed in. He had almost marveled at the fact that anyone still believed in any of this stuff. But he learned to overlook it and carry on with his business. Just then, like being punched in the chest, he felt something he hadn't felt in years.
This feeling. I haven't felt this since. Could it be? Could the powers be?
Just then, Bradford had heard the dorm building just 3 blocks away explode, and a great deal of concern had taken over his face.
Oh no. The kids. If the powers are working, please let them work now.
Father Bradford was in a crouching position and knew full and well that he had not done this in a millennia. But he had to try. He crouched and started to jump as high as he could. He looked down and saw that all the tall buildings and skyscrapers had been underneath him. He laughed and saw that the magic was back. He had no time to think about that right now and jumped from building to building as fast as he could to get to the dorms.
Janice and I were still screaming as the lights shone bright, and thought that we would both die in the current situation. As we screamed, a beam of light grabbed me as if a tentacle had wrapped around my torso and yanked me into the direct path of the beam. After that, it gets a little hazy. Next thing I knew, the light was dimming and something from the box started to lift out. It almost looked like a bracelet, one that clips onto your forearm. It floated towards me, and Janice looked as white as can be. And then the bracelet latched onto my arm, and I started to float up into the light, a pain surging through my arm. I went into the light, my clothes ripped from my body, my shoes disintegrated off my feet, and the pain in my arm was getting worse and worse. When I opened my eyes, the light was gone, and Janice was in the corner off her chair and had a face that screamed stunned.
Regan, you, my God, what the hell happened?
I ran into the bathroom to look at the mirror to see what the hell she was talking about. Then I saw it, what she meant. The outfit was just, wow. I had a rustic green cloak on with the hood up, which had some writing on it that looked like the ancient hieroglyphics. The outfit underneath the cloak was weird also. A dark green spandex-like suit with dark green rustic pants and a mask. The mask was a different color. The mask was red. The odd thing about the suit I was wearing was that it fit like a glove, like it was always meant for me. Whoa, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying! First the light, then the costume, and now the giant hole in the wall!
What? I ran to the side of the room she was talking about, and she was right. There was a giant hole in the wall. It looked like a rocket had hit the side of our room.
Regan, Janice, what in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost is going on? Oh my God almighty.
We had heard the nun come in, but by that time it had been too late. We had no idea how to explain it to her. Then something happened. Before she could spit a word at us, something had rumbled outside. Something was coming. Something big. And that's when we saw it. A giant spider with 100 disgusting, oozing heads and 50 giant, mutated arms. Everyone ran in panic as the spider started to reach into the room. Its filthy, fuzzy arms started to reach out for me. That's when I heard a sound, kind of like a zooming, high-pitched whistle noise. What the fucking shit?
What did I miss? Is everybody okay?
That's when he emerged from the spider's body. Father Bradford sounding extremely less Irish than normal. Father Bradford? What the fuck was that?
An arachnodon.
An arachna who now?
An arachnodon, a giant spider creature that can... regenerate itself.
Well, how do we stop it?
Well, it's simple, really.
There's no in a situation like this. What the hell are you doing saying
Well, you see, it's been a while since I fought one of these. I forgot how to defeat it.
So, for short, we're fucked.
Uh-huh.
The arachno, whatever the fuck it's called, swung its giant looming arm at us, taking off a section of the building. Father Bradford and I jumped into the air. I expected for me to fall to the ground, but when I opened my eyes, I saw that I was flying. Whoa, what the hell?
It's alright, just keep thinking constant thoughts.
What happens if I stop? At that moment, I started to fly all willy-nilly without a sense of direction. I kept landing on buildings, streets, even the school a few times. Then my back felt something big and metallic fly into it. I had landed on a street light. The ringing from the light had resonated from the pole and into the monster's ears as it cried out in agony. What I had believed to be Father Bradford was being taken over by the monster when it had stopped to grab its nasty arachnid head. It hates high frequencies! Janice! Janice had poked her head out from the hole. I was surprised she was still there after that.
Yes, Regan?
Hook up all the speakers in my room to my laptop and go to sound editor, quick!
Child, what are you doing?
Just trust me. Janice, are you ready?
Yeah.
The spider monster grabbed me by the legs before I could finish my instructions and started to fling me around like I was a dog's chew toy. It flipped me and tossed me and kicked my ass 7 days to Friday and probably would have killed a lesser girl. I saw Janice in the room struggling to find the program. Janice, anytime now!
Come on, come on! Oh, found it!
Play it! As the high-pitched, hellish sound started to enter the monster's ears, it dropped me immediately. I covered my ears, and I bet almost everyone from Edge to Coast City held their ears in pain. The monster started to cover his ears and tried to crawl away from the sound. Almost in an instant, the spider had started to bloat up and exploded all over Edge. Its green, slimy guts all over me and whoever was in the vicinity. All I could say was gross. I had lifted myself out of the spider guts and looked at my ooze-covered hand. Oh, sick! This is nasty! Oh God, what the hell? Blah!
Well, that's one way to deal with a spider.
Oh God, I'm gonna need like 18 showers to wash this crap off me. I don't even like spiders when they're normal sized. Oh no, that's nasty. Oh, it's in my hair too! Father Bradford had arisen from the ooze as well, and started to march forward to me as I was cleaning off what I could of the spider guts.
You! Who the hell are you?
Hey, whoa man, what's your deal?
You interfered.
With what?
This!
If you haven't noticed, I'm covered in spider guts.
I don't have time for this. Who are you?
Hey, what's it matter to you, man? At that point, Father Bradford pulled off my mask.
Regan Martin? Oh. Oh no.
What?
Gods, you hold the Pantheon powers. The most powerful thing on Earth is in the hand of a D+ student.
Actually, a C+ student.
Oh yeah, 'cause that makes a huge difference.
Just then, I heard them. Police sirens heading our way.
I don't have time for this. I'll have to reset everything. Don't worry, you won't be affected.
What the hell? What are Pantheon powers? Who are you? What have you done with Father Bradford? What the fuck is going on? That's when a white ball started to form out of his hands and it launched itself into the sky. All of a sudden, I jolted up out of bed and yelped for my life. Ah! Cold sweat dropped down my terrified face. My pajamas clung to me like a wet washcloth. I was terrified. Just then, Janice woke up yelping in fear. I saw her on the bottom bunk and knew she had a terrible dream as well. You too, huh?
What? Yeah. I dreamt that a giant, fugly-looking spider was an edge. It tore off half of the building. And, oh my God, what did I eat last night?
Fear had petrified my face, and my eyes grew to the size of craters as I sank back into my bunk.
Regan? What's wrong?
I shit you not, I had the exact same dream. Janice looked up at me in terror, and a cold sweat started to roll down her face.
Did you turn into a...
And Father Bradford was... I covered my eyes and dared not look at the possibility that that thing was still on my arm.
Regan, it's still there.
I opened my eyes as I saw that she wasn't lying. That bracelet was still on my hand. We looked up at each other, eyes wide as saucers.
Who else knows?
Suddenly we heard a knock at the door. Our attention was at whoever, or whatever, was behind that door. I slowly opened it, fearing that it would be the police or the army or someone. I opened the door and saw that it was Richard.
Hey, girls. Just wanted to ask if, you would like to come with Mark and I to go get breakfast.
Oh, Richard, thank God. I started to hug him knowing that he was safe.
Oh, Richard!
Janice rolled up and hugged Richard's knees.
Well, I'll take that as a yes, I guess.
Richard, this is gonna seem like an odd question, but do you remember seeing the giant spider thing?
The what?
As soon as I told him that, I could tell that he had no idea what I was talking about. As soon as I said that, giant spider thing! It was on last night. I think MST3K did a riff on it once. I'm not sure.
Oh, no, I don't remember seeing anything like that. So are you girls,
Coming? Oh yeah, sure. We just need to get ready.
Do our hair.
Change our clothes. We'll be down in 10 minutes.
Okay. See you girls in a minute.
I closed the door and slid down in relief. Okay, so Richard didn't know, and he remembers everything.
So, are we safe?
I looked at my hand, knowing that if I ever saw Father Bradford, I would beat some answers out of him. Yeah, we're good. We went down to where Richard and Mark were parked. See, their school doesn't allow students to go on campus on the weekends, so we usually walk around town or stay in the dorm. The school didn't really care. As far as they were concerned, we weren't their responsibility for 2 days. We started to drive off to a random breakfast diner in the middle of Edge, the nice part of Edge. We started to go inside, and lo and behold, who should be there? Why, Father Bradford, of course. Mine and Janice's jaws almost dropped to the ground as we saw him just sitting there casually eating his breakfast.
Girls. Girls!
What?
What?
Where do you want to sit?
I don't know. How about over by that booth? I pointed to the booth that was right next to Father Bradford, and we casually sat down. He saw us and started to walk towards us.
Regan, Janice, may I talk to you both outside? I need to tell you about an extra credit assignment I assigned you last week.
Wait, they can't go yet. They need to order.
Oh, just get me a short stack of pancakes and coffee.
And some waffles for me, please.
You should try the date muffin. They're so good.
All three of us went outside to talk about the extra credit assignment, but we all know what he was really going to talk to us about. We went out to the front, and his happy little grin turned into a frown.
All right, girls. No doubt you have questions.
Yeah, no shit, we have questions.
Yeah, we have questions.
Here's my first question for you. Who the hell are you?
I've gone by many names in my past. Bennett, Lott, Carmichael. The name I've chosen now is Jonathan Bradford. But my real name, the one I was born with, is Thoth.
The Egyptian moon god? Yeah, right. Just then, he threw his drink at me. I started to cover my face or dodge it or something, but to my surprise, nothing splashed my face. The hot, steaming coffee he was just drinking had turned into solid ice.
Do you doubt me now?
Okay. So you are a god. But why here? Why now?
Because you released the Pantheon powers and brought magic back into the world.
Pantheon powers? What are you talking about?
Let me explain. In the world, there are multiple pantheons of gods: Greek, Sumerian, Norse, Egyptian. Scholars had thought them all made up, a way to explain things that happen in the world. But let me tell you, we are real as rock and as old as time. All of us, Thor, Horus, Hades, all of us real, and all of us living together and ruling certain parts of the world.
But why? What are Pantheon powers? What is this?
When we found your planet, it was in need of some guidance. When we found your race, you were nothing more than a bunch of starving, drooling troglodytes. But when we came to your world, we wanted to lead you in a new age of enlightenment. We made the Pantheon powers and swore to give them to the leaders of the parts we ruled to guide their lands, which they ruled. And ever since then, the world has moved in an age of infinite knowledge and wisdom.
Then what happened?
We overlooked one thing in mankind: greed. Evil men found the Pantheon powers and used the powers they were given to overthrow nations, commit mass genocide, and make their fellow man slaves. This started the Great Magic Wars, which threatened to destroy all existence on this planet. We almost intervened to put a stop to it, but a queen named Avnet made the most brutal decision. She locked away the magic until the time was right for mankind to use it again, at the cost of her life. Yesterday, the bracelet chose you to lead mankind into the Age of Enlightenment. It chose you, not anyone else. And it is now your responsibility to carry this out.
And what if I don't want these Pantheon powers?
That's impossible. The powers stay with you until you die. It is bound to you. I tried to remove it last night, but I could not. I'm sorry.
So what now?
Well, I may not be able to remove it from you, but I can train you in the ways of magic.
No thanks, Jack. Let's go, Janice.
Wait! Think of the good you can do. You and Janice worked as a team last night. Together, who knows what you can do? You could do much more. Cure disease, stop hunger, make this town peaceful again. If you can do that, then think of the lives you can save. You could be a hero to these people. But it all starts with you, right here, right now. So what do you say? You want to be a hero?
I stopped in my tracks. I knew what he was saying was true. The city was a mess. Maybe it is time for a hero. Okay, so when do we begin?
Hello, this is the office of Diana Watts. Diana Watts speaking. I'm sorry, who? Father who? Oh, it's you. So, you finally decided to look a couple of us up, huh? Geez, how long has it been? Yes, 1 second. Becky, can you please leave my office for a minute? Thank you. So, where are you at? I haven't seen you in almost forever. Edge City? Wow. When you said you wanted to try new things, I didn't think you would be this extreme. So what's so important that I had to kick everyone out, huh? What? Are you sure? This is serious. The Pantheon powers as well? The Pantheon... Who has them? Regan who? Well, what's she like? Oh my god, are you at least training her? Well, I'd love to, but the most recent I could get down there would be in 4 months, when we were discussing with John Aztec about upping the police budget. Well, all right. No, I understand. You'll train her, and I'll be down in 4 months to help with training. Okay. You too. Bye. Excuse me. Can you please tell me where the baggage claim is?
Oh yeah, it's right over there by the, cinnamon bun place.
Thank you.
Hey, you look familiar. Have I seen you somewhere before?
On TV, maybe.
Oh, now I know who you are. You're Senator Diana Watts, aren't you? Oh man, I remember seeing you on the news delivering a speech about... what was it again?
Depends on what day you were watching.
I think October, maybe?
Oh, that was the defense bill.
Yeah, I remember what you said about power and stuff, like, true power isn't knowing when to attack someone, but knowing when to help them.
Yeah, that's right. I'm surprised someone your age listens to speeches. Usually college kids are either drinking or just messing around.
You can say fuck. I'm X-rated.
And if you believe some news programs, so am I.
Oh, man. I probably sound stupid right now.
I work with stupid people all the time, and you're not stupid.
Thanks. It's just that you're such a big inspiration to me, and you're one of the biggest reasons I follow politics.
Well, that's good. I think more young people should get into politics, or at least know what's happening in the country.
Yeah. I'm probably taking away from something important, but it was nice meeting you.
Oh, not at all. And it was nice meeting you too. Take care.
I love flying. Woo! The wind in my face, the adrenaline surging through my body. Ah, gross! The bugs in my teeth. Yeah, some things kind of turn me off when flying. Whoa!
Don't lower your defenses.
Oh yeah, and then there's training. If you're confused, let me explain. A little over 4 months ago, I had received something called the Pantheon Powers, and I had been training with the Egyptian moon god Thoth in what he calls simple magic. It's basically a lot of meditating, learning how to fly, dodging stuff in midair, and fighting. Lots of fighting. To make sure I was in a place where no one would be hurt, he found this 100-yard abandoned plot outside of town. It's a good place. Well, I think it is. Whoa!
You're getting lazy. Don't get lazy.
As Father Bradford, or more simply Todd, since that's his real name and junk, but I've known him as Father Bradford for about 1.5 years, so screw it. Said this. He made a sword out of ice and lunged at me. I dodged the attack and punched him in the nose. He wiped the blood from it and looked at me.
If I were a lesser man, that would have probably killed me.
Really?
Which is why you need more practice.
What?
You hit too hard. My body can take more, but some random thug on the street? You need to set limits for yourself. I'm not teaching you how to kill, I'm teaching you how to defend yourself.
Father Bradford, for the past 4 months, I've been learning nothing but fighting. And you said you'd teach me magic. When do we get to that?
I said I would teach you the basics.
And fighting is basic magic?
It's a form of meditation, a way of homing skills in, relieving stress and clearing the mind. Plus, I'm not going to teach you intermediate magic.
Well then who is?
Me.
Who are you?
Regan, calm down. I invited her.
What? What? You said no human visitors.
Who said anything about that?
Who are you?
You don't recognize?
No. Should I?
Well, yes. I'm one of your state senators.
Okay, listen, there are like 1 million people in the Senate. I don't know any of their names, so I'm sorry if I don't know who you are.
It's all right. I wouldn't expect a teenager to know who I am. But for the time being, my name is Senator Diana Watts.
You don't have to be so formal, Hika.
Neither do you, Thoth.
Heka?
Yes, this is Hika. She is the goddess of magic.
And hopefully your new magic teacher.
Hopefully you will learn more from her than I can teach you. When did you get here?
About an hour ago. I traced your energy field and found you here. Nice plot of land, by the way. A hell of a long way from the city, though.
I know, it's so far away. I tried to teleport us here originally, but every time I did, Regan would throw up.
Ah, yes. Teleporting for the first time can be quite jarring, but you'll get used to it.
Hey, sorry for breaking up this little reunion, but are we going to continue training, or...?
Not in these clothes, I'm not. I'll come back tomorrow and train you right after I talk with Aztec about the police budget. I'll see what you know so far.
Are you staying long?
Maybe. We'll see. You get back to what you were doing. Don't let me stop you.
Actually, practice today is over.
Aw, that's too bad. I really wanted to see what your normal routine was.
Well, maybe I can tell you tonight when we catch up. If you're not too busy, that is.
Oh, not at all.
Great. Let me drop off Regan at her dorm and then we can chat.
Great! Let me just get my gear and then we can... Just then, I felt a force grip me and pull me from the place I was just standing in to another location. I don't know who teleported me, but all I knew then was that Janice was going to be very surprised.
Dear Marty, if my calculations are correct, you will receive this letter immediately after you saw the DeLorean struck by lightning. First, let me assure you that I'm alive and well. I've been living happily these past 8 months in the year 1885. The lightning bolt... 1885!
Oh, God.
Regan! What the heck? At least warn me next time, will ya?
Oh, I'm sorry. One of them must have teleported me here. As I pulled myself together, I told Janice the events of the last 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. Man, learning magic has really gotten to me. I think I'm starting to break out on my forehead. You want a drink?
Oh, no thanks. You can use my facial scrub if you want to. It's how I keep my face so clear.
No thanks, I don't want to feel like a leech. So, what are you working on?
Oh, nothing. I'm just watching something. I was finished with that math test review Mrs. Dominic assigned us, and I thought I would watch some TV.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, you're already done with a 6-page test review? In an hour? Where did you find time to do that?
After I finished making these two-way Bluetooth earpieces. Here, let me show you.
As Janice pulled out the headsets, I looked around and saw ever since the dean put us together as roommates less than 2 months ago, she'd been working on her computer and putting together some stuff, finishing homework in about an hour or less, finishing some tests in about 30 minutes. I mean, Janice is smart, but... Hey, Jan, you okay?
Yeah, why?
I mean, it just seems like you're running yourself a bit too much.
I don't know what you mean.
I mean, you're finishing a shit ton of homework in like an hour. Are you okay?
I don't know. I mean, I just have ideas in my head, sometimes in bursts of, intelligence, and I don't know. I just write things down, and like when I hear equations, I just get them before anyone explains them. I just feel like sometimes my head will explode.
Hey, Jan, it's okay. It's okay. Can you tell me when this all started?
I don't know. 2 months ago.
Hey, listen. When Father Bradford gets back, we'll talk to him about this, okay?
Okay. Do you still want to try out that headsets tonight when you go out?
Sure, Jan. Let me get ready and then I'll go.
So, how long are you going to be staying in town for?
About a week. I'm only here on official business because Diana needs to talk with John Aztec.
Well, can't you move here? Doesn't Senate only meet on certain dates?
Well, yes, but wouldn't it look suspicious if a young single senator were to move to a horrible town? I'd be killed in a millisecond, or worse.
Well, when you put it that way, I guess.
Yeah, but enough about my boring life. Tell me about your sudden decision to join the priesthood.
Well, on paper it says I was 17 when I joined in Ireland, and I became a local priest in Belfast.
Uh-huh. How did you really scam your way into being a priest?
I stole a dead priest's name and faked some documents, and an accent.
I thought so.
Well, I probably kept you away from something important.
Oh, well, now that you've mentioned it, I do need to get up early in the morning. Big meeting and all. It was nice meeting you again.
You too. You too.
I flew through the city, patrolling the streets like I've done for the past 3 months now. I've never been on patrol with Janice before, though. It might be nice to have some help. I've stopped a few thugs from hurting innocent people. Nothing big. I've mostly been putting people away that police either can't stop or don't want to. You'd be amazed at how many dirty cops I've stopped. I'm really worried about Janice. I don't know what's happening to her. I should probably...
Regan, I just got a report of an armed robbery on the West 54th Street at the West A gas station.
All right, Janice, I'm on my way.
Put the money in the bag. Put the fucking money in the bag.
Oh, okay, please don't hurt me. Hey, boss, they got Twinkies.
Shut it.
Yeah, shut it, Porker. Hey, don't call me Porker. Oh yeah, I'll call you whatever the fuck I want.
Shut up. This shouldn't be that complicated. You two, shut up right now. Now put the money in the fucking bag before the police show up.
Wow, really? A convenience store? Ugh, God, this is so cliche.
The fuck is this bitch?
Is there not a bank you could rob? A train? I mean, you had to pick a convenience store? And take off those fucking pantyhose. For Christ's sake, I can see your face. Yeah, I'm talking to you, guy. Yeah, your fucking soup strainer mustache. Get that ugly son of a bitch shaved.
She talking about me?
Look, lady, I don't know who you think you are, but you made a big mistake.
Oh, really? And why is that? Just then, he pulled out a small switchblade from his pocket.
What's so funny?
You brought knives to rob a convenience store. You brought knives to rob a convenience store? And that's small, too. Well, I guess you're kind of used to holding small things in your hand, huh? Oh, God, this is so funny. Hang on a second. You know, most people bring guns to rob a convenience store, but you're the only motherfuckers who brought knives.
You little bitch. You're going down.
Okay, bring it on, motherfucker. He lunged at me with his switchblade aimed at my abdomen. I quickly moved out of the way and grabbed his arm and yanked it behind his back, twisting it. His howls of pain were interrupted when the stupid one tried to lunge at me and stab me in the back. I used my quick skills to kick him straight in the jaw and knock him back into a wall of Slim Jims and other beef jerky products. The fat one was in the back, stuffing something down his shirt. I'll deal with him later. Brains of the group stood up and speared me with a soda fountain, breaking it, which got us both very sticky. I grabbed one of the plastic big cups and smashed it in his head, and he let go. The stupid one tried to charge me, but I smacked him square in the jaw with the cup and he dropped like a fly. The brains got up and grabbed his knife on the floor and charged me. I ran and grabbed a Mountain Dew bottle from the soda fridge and knocked him straight between the eyes. I put both unconscious bodies next to each other and started looking for the fat one. Excuse me, is this John occupied? ¿Es esto Juan ocupado? Guess not.
Get away.
He pulled out his knife, shaking and breathing so heavy and so hard. I went up to him and made him put his knife down gently and punched him in the face, knocking him out. I dragged the 3 unconscious bodies out to the middle of the store and tied them up by using some rope the store had in the back. I grabbed a Twinkie from the front and started to eat it. Oh good, the cavalry has arrived. Don't worry, officers, I caught the bad guys.
Arrest her for destruction of property.
What? I caught the real criminals there! In there!
She's resisting arrest.
Whoa, hey, guys, can't we just work this out? Guess not. I started to run as they shot at me. In one swift motion, I jumped in the air and started to fly away from the crazy police. I flew all the way to the top of a tall building. That's when I felt a sharp pain in my back and thought for sure I bruised or even broke a few ribs. I took off my mask and just laid there, trying to take my mind off the pain. Fucking assholes. I was just trying to help. Did more than they would have done, that's for sure. Ah, Jesus, that hurts.
Sounds like it does. You think you'll be able to go on?
Yeah, I think so. And you know, I think you need a name.
What?
Yeah, like when I'm fighting someone and I need your help, I can't just scream Janice. People may be listening in. If they hear Janice Brookes, they may find out who you are, and then find out who I am.
Okay. How about Darkworm?
Nah. Renegade?
Soul Crusher!
Piston Pipe.
That sounds dirty.
Okay, Miss Picky. How about something tech-based?
Okay. Firewall.
Hyperlink.
Earpiece.
Oh, God.
What? You said something tech-based.
Yeah, but not something stupidly obvious.
Alright. How about Scarlet?
Well,
what?
Nothing. It's just that I need a name too. I'm sick of everyone calling me Green Hood. That's probably the worst superhero name ever.
Not as bad as Robin.
Yeah, I just need to make myself known, you know? Green Hood is as generic a name as you can get. I need something that will inspire people. That'll make people say, look in the sky, it's so-and-so, and she's here to save us. With Green Hood, I just can't really do that.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but I just don't know what you should be called. I mean, all the good superhero names have been taken. Supergirl, Batgirl. I mean, what do we call you? The Incredible Green Magic Super Chick?
No, but I think I have an idea. The Mistress of Illusion. I mean, think about it. It's catchy, original, and if I stop some creep, they'll know exactly who I am. I thought you...
Yeah, I can see that.
I thought you would. Ah, damn, it's getting late.
Wanna head back?
Yeah, I could use a hot shower. I started to fly back to the dorm rooms all sweaty, bruised, and gross. I knew that my day would soon be over and that I would be laying in my soft, warm, toasty bed.
Let me get this straight. I send you 3 mental midgets to do a simple task. Rob a convenience store, hurt no one, and make it out. Yet you come here and tell me that a vigilante, who most witnesses describe as being 5'3", managed to beat 3 grown men into submission, and expect me to be understanding. I don't know what to say. I expected more from my men. I won't kill you. It's reserved for higher filth. I want you to leave my office. Or are you too stupid for that also? Go! Before I change my mind! And people wonder why I'm going grey. Hello? This is John Aztec Jr. of Aztec Incorporated. Oh, it's you, sir. I'm so sorry. Yes, I know. We've hit a bump in the road, but I assure you that everything has been taken care of. No, sir. We still have no word on who this vigilante is, but the media is calling her Green Hood. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll find a way, sir. Thank you, sir. Goodbye, sir.